You're tuned in to the Kansas City Weather Report, your daily source for the latest local forecast right here in KC. Whether you're planning your commute, weekend barbecue, or just trying to figure out if you need that extra layer, Wes has you covered. So let's dive into today's forecast.
Welcome to the Kansas City Weather Report. I'm meteorologist Wes Peary. Today is Tuesday, November 19th, and here's what's up with the weather. Let's just start off the bat with how crazy windy it was yesterday. Full disclosure, did not think it was going to get this windy. I mean, the wind was gusting for hours at 50 to 60 miles per hour after all the rain and storms had moved out. We ended up getting put underneath a high wind warning. There were power outages, not like a wild number of power outages, and I know you noticed just how windy it got yesterday evening. Now, we're still in for some more windy conditions on Wednesday and Thursday, but I don't think it'll be at the magnitude or quite as windy as it was last night. So getting out the door this morning, temperatures, of course, on the chilly side, but still about 45 degrees. Not too bad. Underneath the mostly sunny sky, temperatures get to about 55 this afternoon. So about 45 this morning, lunchtime temperatures, about 52 degrees, and then only getting to about 55. Temperatures later in this evening by around 6 and 7 o'clock are at about 45 to 50 degrees. Temperatures then for Wednesday morning, close to freezing, 35, and only getting to about 50 for Wednesday. And Wednesday will feel colder despite it being a mostly sunny day. The wind gusting near 45 miles per hour will make it a chilly day the entire time. Thursday, we're below freezing, only 30 degrees for Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon, about 45. Still windy, but not quite as bad as Wednesday, and certainly not as windy as what it was on Monday night. Friday morning and Saturday morning, low temperatures in the 20s. Call that a hard freeze, as morning lows will be near 28 degrees or colder. So disconnect the garden hose, start to take those cold weather precautions. Even if you don't disconnect your garden hose, I don't think there's still a low chance of your pipes bursting. But the colder it gets, below 28 degrees, the higher the risk you run of that happening. So Friday morning, lows in the 20s. Friday afternoon, only about 45. Saturday morning, lows in the 20s, and about 50 to 55 for Saturday afternoon. We're pushing 60 on Sunday with a partly to mostly cloudy sky. We'll finally get above freezing for the morning low temperatures on Sunday and Monday. But then another push of cold air comes in next week, where it may only be about 45 to 50 degrees for high temperatures Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, with morning low temperatures again near or just below freezing for a good portion of next week, if not all of next week. We may be seeing highs only in the 40s near 50. We'll have to see if we can get any sort of precip from this cold front that's coming through on Monday, but nothing too promising right now. We got plenty of it yesterday, which I guess I should have covered at the beginning of this podcast when I was recapping what happened yesterday. But we got solid inch here. KCI, downtown, Johnson County, Lawrence, all those locations got about an inch of rainfall. Blue Springs got about an inch. Lee Summit got about half of an inch, but it ended up being a little bit lighter than forecast. Still, though, really healthy amount of rainfall. All right, it's time for today's weather word of the day for today. And the word is two words. El Nino. El Nino, kind of like El Nino, La Nina. I know you've heard of that. It's a part of the ENSO oscillation, or El Nino Southern Oscillation. All that is it's telling us what the temperature of the ocean is south of Hawaii. So the equatorial Pacific. If it's cold, it's La Nina. If it's warm, it's El Nino. And if it's in the middle, then it is neutral. Our weather here in Kansas and Missouri stays pretty wild no matter what the temperature of the ocean is in the middle of it. But we can at times kind of glean some things from, let's say, a strong El Nino in the wintertime can lead to wetter than average conditions. Or a strong La Nina can lead to wetter than average conditions. And then a strong La Nina and El Nino can also lead to warmer than average conditions, or sometimes not a discernible difference. Okay, we live in the middle of the country and there's so much going on that it doesn't really have giant bearing on what happens with our weather. There's so much other stuff, but we'll stay at the surface for this for now. We can get real deep, but we won't. All right, weather word of the day for today, El Nino. All right, recapping the forecast. Temperatures out the door this morning, near about 45, about 55, and mostly sunny this afternoon. Turning windy and chillier for Wednesday, 50 in the afternoon. And then we'll get to temperatures finally below freezing, probably Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning. Thursday, it's only 45. Friday, it's only 45. Saturday, it's 52. Sunday, warmest day of the weekend, 60, but partly to mostly cloudy. A cold front knocks temperatures back down to the 40s, maybe near 50. For at least the first half of next week underneath mostly cloudy sky. Thanks so much for joining me for this edition of the Kansas City Weather Report. Got to give a shout out to the Wilder family, which are some local listeners. Appreciate you listening, Ella and Brennan and the whole family. You can find me on social media at West Weather. And if you listen to my podcast, let me know. Send me a message on social media and I'll give you a shout out on one of these podcasts too. Have a good one.